Longer waits, less means of transport, loaded means of transport, a typical day of strikes and demonstrations in Paris. This was the second day of strikes, the 31st of January, where 500,000 people turned up in protest against President Macron's retirement reform, which proposes an extension of the retirement age from 62 to 64. Strikes are not new to French people. They've had the right to strike since way before they had the right to unionize, and that was back in 1864.
This is a good place to start sharing my love story with Paris. At a protest.
As RFI reports, France has had a reel of strikes every year for 72 years since 1947. Not striking for a nation built on revolt, if I may add.
Et quand on lit le livre, on sent le souffle de la Révolution. On comprend tout ce qui s'est passé pendant toutes ces 4 années. Thomas Sankara, dans ses discours, ses interviews, il tire toujours le bilan de ce qui s'est passé, comment on va avancer, quelles sont les structures de classe qui existent, alors de manière très pédagogique et avec tout son programme qui développe petit à petit, progressivement, avec... en s'appuyant et en faisant à chaque fois un point sur la mobilisation.
This particular strike is a general strike that assembled about 8 unions, meaning it is interprofessional. Teachers, nurses, energy and refinery workers, railway and police unions. A lot of conversations are being had about this strike. A lot of conversations should be had about this strike. And that includes one that I would like for us to have today. Coming from an environment where strikes were something you were strongly advised against, and rightfully so really, because they always ended up in policemen tear gassing the masses or people being bundled up in a police car and ending up at a police station. So justified, right? Justified. And I do know that there are a lot of dynamics that are at play to allow for this, but to think that policemen can show up at a strike with the intention of ensuring the security of the protesters as the first priority and not violence, right? Not violence, not to stop people from fighting for their rights. That coupled up with people willing to sacrifice, because being on strike is a sacrifice. A lot of these people are sacrificing their pay, come together and in solidarity ensure that their voices are being heard. And it's people of all walks of life, right? People apart from the super duper rich, but people of all walks of life, people of all ages. I've had testimonies of 15, 16-year-olds going on strike with their parents, even though they're years from retirement. People who understand systems, how they work and how they affect them. People who will wake up an hour earlier than usual, not because they enjoy it, but because they understand and respect the right of the transport system workers to go on strike. People who understand that as long as one or two of them is not free, they are all not free. A constant reminder that all the social benefits enjoyed in France were not given but earned. This is by far the most beautiful thing I've ever witnessed. That is the most wholesome thing I have ever witnessed. Yes, Les Français might almost always be on strike, but isn't that better than passivity?